All right, so I just want to make a video here and show you how this yellow piece is not fitting. So I was able to get it pushed down past basically it's past these brackets. So that's what it was hanging up on both sides. So the square tubing for the structure for the yellow part that rides, that is in this area, and the welded plate that is on that end. If I get a shot in here, hopefully you can see that this is, hopefully you can, it's tight against the plate on the side, so there's no free play there. There's no way for it to pivot and not get mangled against the side of the mower deck. A better shot might be if you look down in here. I can show you. We go in here with the camera. You can see that I have space here. There's my fingers. But as you go down the length of the mower deck, give it the focus, you can see it's hard against that plate on the side of the mower deck. That's what I had to pry it down past. And that bracket, you can see the yellow paint that's on it. So it's, the whole thing seems to be this way. It's bowed in like that. It's also bowed in to a slight degree this way, because both sides, hopefully you can see this, I'm doing the best I can, you can see that the square tubing is sitting on the top of that bushing. So I have the bushing in the chassis on the mower deck, and if we go over to the other side, we have the same thing. So I was able to get it to slide down, but the only way to do that was to put a pry bar in here and pry it out. So it's under tension the whole time. It's like I'm fighting against the weld and the bow of the side of the structure, side of this yellow piece, to get it to fit down over those bushings. And that end where the wheels sit is actually rubbing on the side, both sides of the mower deck hard, like it's hard on it. So also, when I tried to tighten the bolts up, you put the collars in, and the collars were riding on the bushing when you put them in, but it's almost as if these collars, they're not long enough, because when it was on the face of the bushing bolted together, you can see that the collar is not protruding out past the yellow part, the yellow structure. It should be poking out past it a little bit, and that's what the nut and the washer tighten onto, because that's a pivot point. But instead, what it's doing, it's actually tightening onto the yellow structure, and it's basically, when you tighten it down, I think you get is down to torque. It's basically the washer is trying to be the pivot point, so it makes it so it's stiff as hell, and it doesn't really move the way it's supposed to. So I just want to make sure that the piece that you're sending is not going to give me the same problems as what this one is giving me, especially where we have to wait to have it painted. So I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to do some measurements on it, and hopefully I can do a little video for you and send that to you as well, so that you can see what the widths are and stuff that I'm looking at. And when I have it flipped upside down, hopefully I'll be able to explain to you a little better exactly where it's hitting and where it made it so difficult to be able to get it down over the top of the mower deck on those spring brackets that are basically in this area. So anyway, you can see them down there. Anyway, I'll be in touch. So just another shot of it coming off. So if you look down here, you can see the big gouge in the side of that yellow frame. I'm not so worried about the scratch paint on the black part because that's covered anyway. But that does show you how much of interference we have between when trying to put this part on. And so there's where we are. We're not quite centered, but you can see where it's sitting on that bracket. I'm sure. I get the video. There we go. Nice shot of it sitting on the bracket. Sitting on the bracket more on that side than it is on this side right now, just because of the fact that it's not quite centered. But you can see that it's hanging up on that bracket as well. And you can see where earlier what I tried to do was slide it back so it was as close to the engine as it could be, because it seemed to be that it was a bit wider on this end. I slid it back as far as I could to try to give as much clearance as I could to get down past the brackets. So that's what this gouge is on that part of it. Anyway, so hopefully this helps you a little bit. All right, so we have this all apart. I've got it sitting upside down. I'm going to do a couple of measurements here in a minute, but I just want to show you. So that is one big hang up. I don't know what the measurement is supposed to be for that bracket to stick out past. It looks something like 3/16 plate. Is that what it is? Yep, 3/16 plate. So that full width of that plate is out past the side of the mower deck. This plate looks like 1/4 inch plate. So that's something else that you can check on to make sure that's the way it's supposed to be. You can also see the bushing installed in the weld. I can't really give you a measurement for that because I can't. It looks sort of like 3/8 it's sticking out, but it's kind of hard to give you a good measurement. It also looks like it's at a square a little bit. The bung hole. And yeah, this one also looks like it's about 3/8 or just a little bit, or just a little bit smaller. It's kind of hard to measure that because of the weld in the way. So that's where we are hanging up on this side, and on that plate on this end, and on the top of the bushings. So if I go down here, I'll do a couple of measurements for you. I understand that there's going to be some dirty weld there, but it still has to go down past the mower deck, and I would use an area that didn't have that problem. So if we go to side of that tube, there's my measurement on that end. I got to be out just a little bit. So that looks roughly like, don't blow my tape, 45 3/8 inches, roughly. Want to do it in millimeters? There's the millimeters. And we go up to this end. Where I gotta reposition the camera in my hand so I don't hit a button. So we're gonna do here, we're gonna go to that area right where that bushing goes, slides down. Best I can anyway. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to bounce you around here for a second. And we come up here, and you can see very clearly there's a 1/4 inch difference between one end and the other. So we're at 45 5/8 inches on this end. So that's a 1/4 inch that this is bowed in, tapered in, so this comes in. When you're looking at it like this, it's like that, or it's like that, or it's a combination. Because I'm not going to get so precise that I have to try to measure and tell you exactly which side is at a square or which side isn't, whether or not it's both of them that are at a square or just one. And I'm also not going to try and show you, I don't have a surface that I can put it on to be able to give you tell you if that's at a right angle, or if this side is pushed in on the top on that end. So you'll have to figure that part out when you get it. Big deal for me is that I want to make sure that the one that comes fits on that mower deck. So before you paint it and go through all that trouble, let's make sure that this is all of the problem, and there's not a problem with the mower deck itself and the width of it and all that sort of stuff. I think I can give you just the width of the mower deck. I move some jacks and towels. Sorry to keep you so long in a video. I'm sure you have better things to do than listen to me. And use my handy dandy Milwaukee tape. And I'm at the side of the mower deck, so I'm not including the plate on that side for the bar on the front. And we'll measure across it. And it looks to be pretty close to 45¼ inches. And then your tape would make it wider, of course, or your plate. So if that plate here is the same as that one for thickness, and I don't know it is, then we would be at 45¾ just a little bit more than 3/4 inch. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of the width of the mower deck compared to the width of this guy. Anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you need some more measurements, I'm going to leave this laid out just like this. It's in my little garage shop. It's not in my big shop, so it's not in the way. I usually assemble stuff like this over here so that it doesn't get under feet in the big shop. And it's just a little quieter over here as well, so I don't have to move this at the moment, and I'd be happy to help you, or however you want to, if anything else that you want to look at. Thanks a lot.